Okay, so here I am back again. The microphone wasn't charged up. I think that's what happened. It's not working anyway. So I've turned you around so that you can hear me a bit better, I think, because the microphone is on this side of the iPad. And I'm just going to keep going with this painting. It's a bit tricky for me sometimes to negotiate all the different things involved in setting up for a video. And when there's something new in the mix, while it seems very easy to have no wire or anything, it's a brilliant gift, this microphone. While it seems all very easy, I somehow seem sometimes to struggle with change. And I actually ended up, I can't find the instructions, so I need to look it up online to see what colour light is on when the microphone is working. I suppose the person who gave those to me now, if you're listening, you'll be tearing your hair out thinking, what else does she need? But sometimes the process isn't always as simple as I expect it will be, And I'm feeling okay with myself about that. And this morning I just wanted to paint these flowers without stalling any longer. And so that's what I'm going to do. And if this is all that you hear, then that's okay. That's okay with me. And if you want to just skim to the end, that's all fine as well. So we'll see how we go. I would like to be able to properly be heard and chat to you clearly, So it is charging inside, and I'll look it up how to do it later. But I'm sure that's all that needs to be done, is just plugging in the thing and charging up the microphone. So there you have it. I can see as I'm talking to you, there's a colour I want to pick up on the palette on the ground here. It's the dark brown here that I might use. Don't know if you can see the palette, the dark brown there. It's probably, or maybe this one is better, the Van Dyke brown, I think this is. And I'll mix it with the ultramarine blue and make a dark colour for the centre of that flower there. Aren't those just beautiful, those flowers? I'm going to lift off some of that so that it's not quite so dominant. And I think I can make myself a purplish blue to work for the hyacinth that's coming in from the edge there. Maybe a bit more blue than I have it. Little dancing hyacinth that's in the other vase, but it's extending over to touch this one. And then there's these, I forget the name of them, starts with S. These flowers that seem to last for ages. Even after they've dried, they still look lovely. So they don't even need to have water in them really they don't even need to have water in the vase. And I thought I might find something to describe the vase itself. Maybe from my bag of collage material. And I suppose a put something greyish in to describe the part that's heading up there to meet the bright daisy. I guess, I'm not really wanting an awful lot of colour in here really. It's kind of nice just to be tapping away at the petals. And then there's this little band below the blue. It does have a slightly different tone to it, that band at the bottom. Maybe a bit of yellow ochre. Especially here by the door where it's a little bit brighter. And then maybe back to my greenish colour again. I've got Viridian and Sap Green here. Now I might put in some yellow for the centre of those little daisy type flowers that are there. And I think what I have here is cadmium yellow, and I put a touch of yellow ochre into it. I'll try it over on the one on this side first, I think. That'll sit about there. Okay. I'm not speaking quietly. I'm simply not speaking at all, in case you're wondering. I'm just making some more blue and brown on the palette here, ultramarine blue and Van Dyke brown, to further deepen the tone here. It's quite dark where the vase curves away from us. And actually the centre of that flower has a darkness to it as well. I took the scones out of the oven and covered them with a tea towel. I'm hoping they'll stay warm enough for me to have one warm with the coffee in a minute. Just deepen the centre of that again as well. And there. Lily put on the oven because we had bought some part baked bread, and I thought, seeing as the oven is on, I might as well stick in some scones. I'm sitting out in the studio, and Lily cleared it out the other day because she had a party, well, not a party, she had some friends over for a few hours. There were just 3 or 4 of them. And the deal was that she would tidy the studio, empty it of everything, and then put the stuff back in. And it kind of prompted me too to have a little bit of a clear out and just tidy things up a bit around here. So it was good. And it was the day I finished the workshop. I didn't want to have people coming into the house, so it was ideal having them in the garden. Best of both worlds for me and Lily. Our friends are lovely, but sometimes I just want to have a quiet night, you know. Especially after all of the activity of the workshop. Did you hear that? Erin just came down and she said, Lily, could you make more of a mess trying to cut that bread? It's really tricky, that tiger bread, actually. It's very, very soft coming out of the oven. So it's quite hard to cut it without flattening the whole thing. I think a decent bread knife is what's needed, probably. No, I had in my head something I was going to do there. Well, it's not what I was going to do, but I've had an idea. To get a couple of little pieces of collage and add them in the mix here. Particularly I was thinking of this one in order to capture the flower that's here, extending across over the pink one, over both pink ones really. And I think collage is a good way to do that. I don't want to have floods of water here and there, you know. So I've just made a few pieces of that collage. I put some glue out. And then just touch each piece on the glue and let it sit where I want it to be. I want it to be quite light, actually, coming over there. That's the first piece. This was quite a pleasure working with this. I feel I might do some more today. I'm glad of that. And I'm sitting here and I'm breathing in the beautiful heady fragrance of lily and hyacinth. and it's just delicious. I feel kind of woozy with it, you know. So lovely. We were talking on the landscape course about the full sensory experience of being with what it is that you're painting. And there's a particular thing that happens, that all the senses are engaged. Not only your sight, but sounds and smells, and even maybe the sense of touch as well, you know. Right, even although there isn't a piece that high up, I want to put a piece there to cover the black bit. Do I? Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. There's a little bit shooting down here. I think that's a good place for it. And I could even do some little dots on the way to that, just with my fingers. Okay, and I did have this one as well. I guess it would be no harm to put that in back here, because this flower is brighter than it reads at the moment. And it's this colour paint, which I think I might lift again to get just a final layer of paint on there, because it's so just right, the colour. And I could put a touch of it, I think, into this one as well. I know they're different colours, but some parts of this has a similar sheen. And I think it adds something. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop this one, and maybe I'll do another one and let you see that. And there may be a working microphone when I do that. It's Erin dancing around. I think she might be on her lunch break now. Okay, right, lots of love, everybody. Thank you for joining me here. I'll bring you down a little bit closer so you can see the painting and the flowers as I was looking at them. And here I am. There you are. Bye.